Okay, so I have here two broad axes. These are, from what I have seen, the two primary, the best broad axes on the market today that you can buy new. We have the Biber Muller, made in Austria, and we have the Gransfors Bruk axe. This is the 1900s broad axe made in Sweden. These are two incredibly competent forges, two wonderful axes. Between the two, this is more traditionally hand forged. This axe here is forged one by one on a trip hammer. They don't use drop forging of any kind, open die, closed die, none of that. This is traditionally forged on a trip hammer, like it would have been one by one, cranked out back, 100 and even later than 100 years ago, probably 150 years ago, before the drop forging really took over. You can see the bar mark from where they put the twist in the blade. There's a great video on YouTube I'm going to try and remember to link, but that's where they put the turn. When you have a broad axe, if you want an offset, you can either bend the handle or you can bend the head. And they chose a straight handle and a bent head, and that's one way to do it, and I think it's just fine. Both of these are, I should say, right bevel. If you are right-handed, you want a right bevel axe for hewing, in my opinion. Center cut is just fine. I do think there are advantages to having a right bevel axe if you're right-handed, left bevel if you're left-handed. Those being, you can chisel, that's very helpful, and you also have the same center bevel, the same double bevel. If you want it, you can always flip the axe over and hew with the round side toward the log, or you just switch directions. So of the two, this is far more expensive, although this is not a cheap broad axe. Each does have their place. I believe this Gransfors is the superior axe if you want to notch with it. I mean, I've seen people notch with this axe, and then you can hew as well. Far less content out there on this Biber Muller, but I find it is easier to hew flat with the Biber. But the big advantage to this Gransfors is with the curved bit, it severs the fibers much easier. So for example, if you are going against the grain, sometimes you got to do it. It's just that's the way to get the job done. And this curve severs those fibers very nicely. You can do the same with the Biber, but you have to actually make the severing action with your body instead of just the mechanics of the bit. I don't know that I have a preference between the two. There are things that I really enjoy about either of them. They are about the same height, about the same weight, about the same bit length. This is the more economical version. This is the more expensive version. Gransfors did a wonderful job forging this. Biber did a wonderful job forging this. I think it's your choice. Got bad grain at this end. And if this grain doesn't even out, I'll switch sides of the log, but I'm starting from this end because I don't want to block the camera, but maybe that's inevitable. Yeah, this grain is, I'm gonna have to block the camera. And that is the big advantage of this Gransfors, is if I do need to make a stop cut, it's a lot easier. And I can use my axe handle to figure out where I'm out. So now I'll switch over to this Biber, and you can see the difference. It is much easier to track a flat edge . Very, very nice profile. Let's see, where are we out here? That knot.